You're going to want to join me for this one because this set looks so much fun. The Friends Adventure Camp Treehouse. I think I may have underestimated this set. I knew the number of pieces, but I don't think I realized the scope. It came with 3 instruction books. It came with this extra long pipe, a lovely set of stickers, and an extra little goodie bag. So we have better get to building because this may take us a minute. We're going to start straight off with pulling out the canoe. Which, look at that. That looks like a lot of fun. And we're going to make our first character, and his name is Jonathan. I kind of looks like the camp counselor or something to me. Oh, wait. I shouldn't have put his head on yet. Needs a life vest since he's going out on the water. Oops. He's got some nice hair. Wait a minute. That is most definitely my hair. That doesn't look anything like the picture. Here we go. I don't remember seeing very many of the mini dolls with a beard. He's got a very nice beard. Okay, we'll put him back there. Oh wait, he comes with a few accessories. He comes with, oh, this looks like a nut bar or something. Like an energy bar. He must be hungry. And a water bottle. Some sets are just, stunning. And some sets are kind of just very technical and pretty awesome to build. And other sets are just fun. And I think that this is exactly what this set is, just fun. I believe her name is pronounced Aaliyah. I hope I'm not messing that up. Oh, she's going to have a life vest too. Her head doesn't want to go on as much as I think it should, but it's probably because of the life vest. I really struggle with these hair pieces. Why does it look opposite the picture? Her braids are kind of going in like that, kind of across her forehead. Actually, they have it the other way. They have it leaning like that. That actually looks better. It makes more sense. I struggle with hair on the mini dolls, not the mini figs. But the mini dolls always get me, and I can't ever figure out why. Her hair is heavy. It's throwing her balance off. You know what? We're going to put her in the canoe. Maybe she'll stay seated in there. We'll put him in there too. But we can't put him in the canoe. Look at that. Okay, we'll just set him down. We have to build in the canoe. I thought I was being so smart, and I guess not so much. I just love a fun set, It's like its only purpose is to just be for pure enjoyment, and I think that's really awesome. Not a display piece or not part of, kind of epic collection or anything like that. Just simply fun. And typically you would find those sets more probably in the lines that are geared more towards a younger age. Oh, it wanted to swim away. But I really think that the Friends line is really coming out of that, and I know I, for one, am quite enjoying all of the amazing sets that they're coming out with. Okay, these are going to go into here. Like that. I'm trying to get it the way they have it pictured, but I'm struggling, obviously. I'm not sure what these yellow things are. The extra handholds? Not a clue. we need to put our first stickers on. Find number 7 here. Oh, they're numbering the canoe. They have it like this first. Okay, they're gonna put it up here. I guess maybe if they're doing a race, or just to be able to identify what's out there. And then they're gonna flip it and put it on kind of the same over here. And let's hope it looks like it's somewhat in the similar spot. Canoe number 1. Oh, now they get to go in it. Oh, that's very interesting. Look at how they're holding it. Oh, and her hair pops off. Of course it does. It couldn't possibly be easy for me. They're holding it like this. Oh, better take the other one out. Put it in, take it out. We're gonna need to spin that because it's their feet right there that fit into that little thin wedge piece. Okay, you know what? You're gonna hold both of them because he's got his hands completely full. I don't think, I wouldn't be good in a canoe either. I'm obviously not good at putting little guys in it. All right, there we go. The one is supposed to be on the back, I think, but in mine, it's going to be on the front. So, there you go. All right, we're going to build up our first little land piece. I have a feeling this entire journey is just going to be a lot of fun. And who doesn't love a lot of fun? I actually picked up the Friends treehouse. It's like a club treehouse or something. Forgetting the actual name of it. But it's retired now. It was the last treehouse they made. But I think it was designed to be more like, just someplace that kids in the neighborhood or something would go, or friends in the neighborhood would go to hang out. Whereas this is actually a full camp. But it still would be fun to actually kind of compare the two of them to see how they kind of match up. But I have not built it yet because it's kind of one of those that I stuffed in the the extra pile and just haven't gotten around to it yet. I think some sets I'm like, oh, I'll build that. Kind of when a perfect time comes around, have a little extra time, I'll enjoy it or something. And then I never get around to it until I finally just get frustrated enough to do it. I saw that these were coming out. Goodness, it's probably been a few months now since they were released. I can't even remember the release date of these. Oh my goodness, I guess it hasn't been that long ago. We are going to put in, some treasure. How fun is that? Where's the little, look at that. It's got like, oh, my fingers are too big. It's got like a crown on it. And it's like money from long ago. It's so annoying. They're flipping over when they go in there instead of putting right side up. Oh well. I saw that these were coming and I got so excited because I just fell in love with them right away. And they came, put that underneath. They came with 4 of them. And whenever there's a big release day, I always have to kind of decide which ones I'm getting, and it ends up actually being a little bit stressful because it's hard to pick and choose. And so I was wrestling with it, actually went to the store, was standing in line because there's always a line on a release day, and I saw them through the window and I was like, because I had kind of decided that I maybe wouldn't pick them up and I would focus on other sets. I completely caved. I couldn't handle it. It's like, I'm going to have to pick one up. I wasn't going to get this one. I was going to get one of the smaller ones, maybe. But, yeah, I couldn't handle it. I think they're going to go in the rods in there on those 4 hooks. This is where I'm going to put them. And so I ended up getting 3 of them, but not 4. I got the little cabins and this set, and then, oh, we need a sticker. The archery set. Yes, the cabins, the treehouse, and the archery set. And I didn't get the water one. That's like, oh my goodness, I can't remember the name of it. Like a water station or something where you can go do water games. Came home. Thought I did such a good job. And then I noticed something on the box. And I completely freaked out. This is actually kind of funny, but let me go get one of the little boxes. So here we have the cozy cabins. And I didn't notice it when I was in the store at all. But if you flip it around, right here it says 5 to collect. And in this one you get like a fire. And the other one, the archery has the bow, and then I believe that this one has 2. Let me see which this has. Correct, this one has 2. It's got the little bug finder, and then it's got this rappel rope. Interesting though, we just made a canoe, but it does not have the canoe one marked off. So, what did I realize? I realized that I didn't collect all 5. I only collected 4. Of the little things we were supposed to find. And I completely freaked out. I'm like, oh my goodness, how could I not collect all 5? And then I realized what an absolutely genius marketing tactic that was. I mean, seriously, here I was not thinking anything about it. And then I see that on the back and I completely freak out. I mean, parents are just doomed because as soon as kids see that, if they react anything like me, oh my goodness, how did I just see these? These are like double ferns. They're 2 times as big kind of as the ones that came out recently, like last year. Those are beautiful. I'm going to do this 5 times. So I think it's an absolute brilliant marketing tactic. That was pretty good. Now, I haven't gotten the 5th one yet. I keep eyeing it every time I go to the store, but I haven't picked it up quite yet. It won't be too much longer before I do because I won't be able to handle it anymore. I'll have to say that I have all 5. We're going to make a tree with these amazing pieces. I need to look up and see if these are new. Yeah, because look, this is the original one that has been coming out, and this is this new one. I mean, oh, I'm so excited. This is a beautiful piece. Wow. And I'm just kicking myself that I'm just now getting to this set. It's been sitting there for a bit. Now, I did put that on right. For some reason, I was thinking that didn't look right, but it is. So we're going to put 2 more of these on here. Never quite built a tree like this. I am still convinced that they are trying to come up with as many unique ways of building trees. Every set I build that has a tree, it's different than the last one. No 2 trees have been the same. Okay, so we're going to put 2 of these on, and they're going to go like kind of front and back of each other. And then 2 more, and they're going to do the other thing. So, if that makes sense. And that way, when we spin it around, we've covered all the areas. And then that little guy on top. And then when you put it on, you won't want to do that so that trees don't grow that way. There we go. That's a really cool tree. Oh, they gave us lots of extra pieces. Okay, we're going to set this to back here and move on to bag 2. Bag 2 also requires us to have this blue base plate, so we're going to pull that out. One of the reasons that I got really excited about this set, other than it being really awesome, was something else that I spied that was in it to a really, really cool degree. I'm going to show you animals. There is a whole bunch of them in this set. This is a beaver. I love beavers so much. And they have a whole bunch of animals and different little nuggets in here. You just can't lose with this set, and we haven't even gotten into it. I need this piece. I was trying to make sure I was getting the right curved piece. We're going to probably get pretty good sized here soon. So we're going to have to probably push some things out of the way and work with it down low. Growing up in the mountains of Colorado, beavers were definitely something that I was somewhat familiar with. And, oh, there's 2. It's a pair. Oh my gosh. But when we would be back hiking, if you came across a pond, you might get lucky enough for it to be a beaver pond, a beaver lake. And you would see the dams that they would make. They were really cool, but if you've had no experience with beavers, they do not like it when people kind of come around. You know, it gets them a little bit nervous, I think. And so they have this little habit. Here, let me push this out of the way. We're going to have to build down here. They have a little habit of smacking their tail on the top of the water. And they know how to do it really, really well. And it sounds like a gunshot going off. I mean, it is really loud. And it's this, you know, this pop, this... It'll scare you if you do not know, because even if you're a little bit farther away, it sounds like the sound is right on top of you. Partially because it's probably echoing in around the mountains, but you'll do a jump, I'm telling you, if you come across a beaver and upset him a little bit. I'm sure our beavers here will be just too kind to do that. Actually, no, I won't put it past them. They probably will. Oh, I think I found the bug. We collected the bug. This cute little beetle. You know, for the most part, I do not have a problem with beetles. Except for the Japanese beetles that are trying to annihilate my rose bushes at the moment. And we are trying to deal with them, trying to not use pesticides, even though I don't even think they would work on these. They are so resilient. It's just awful. You have to go take them off the rose bush every day. They kind of come in groves, and I feel like we are losing the battle. My rose bushes have taken quite the hit. I'll make a little dock, I think. Let's see, we need ones, yeah. Have the plank looking wood grain lines on it and the little nails. The nails are fun, they're shiny. Put that right on top of there. fun. I'll look over here for a second. What I don't have a good idea of is how big this is going to be. As far as the size of the set. Oh, these are lovely. They're half circles and a smooth tile. What I can't figure out is exactly where this goes. Is it coming straight down from that? Yes, it's coming straight down from that square piece right there. Or so I think. My eyes aren't deceiving me. Oh no. I have made a mistake. One of the 1x2 bricks is supposed to go right there. And I just put everything. All right, I'm going to go to remove all of this, put this guy in, and put this back. You know, that makes a whole lot more sense because in the picture it looked like this was off center, but then I counted these studs right here and it lined up. So I'm like, well, why does it look off center from this in the picture? Because I had messed up. Typical. Pretty typical. I think that this is going to connect probably a couple different sections of it. Put that under there. I'm not sure what we're building under there. Probably some sort of support system or something. Oh wait, I need to go back because I got confused when I did that. I'm gonna go back to step 22 and I'm gonna put these in right here. Okay, now I can go back to the current step I'm on, which is 27. I make one little mistake and there's like a trickling fallout. I think that's the thing that's always scared me a lot of times about making choices is what happens if you make the wrong one and it all falls apart. We're going to put that one over there. I guess you just have to hope that you know what you're doing in the moment and those go back there. We also, I guess, have to just live and learn. I always imagine that these are like little claws or something. Little claw feet. Dragon or something. Okay, this piece is going to go in here. But then we're going to put a dark brown and then the nougat color on either side of it with these 1x2 flats. Oh, two more, my goodness. It's almost like they're using it almost like a, I don't know if it's a tree, the roots, or a rock kind of structure. But whatever it is, it's looking really good. They gave us an extra bug. I'm going to put that down over there. All right, we're ready to move on to bag 3. Actually, wait, before we do that, they're having us put the beavers in here. Oh, it's their... Oh, I really am not so brilliant. This is the beaver dam. Hello. Their twigs. They've built up their little dam. Okay, now we'll move on to bag 3. I'm over here going, is it a tree? Is it a rock? The beavers are just looking at me like, she's such an idiot. I'm going to push these over a little bit more. I think they're going to have us build some little special things at the base of it here. So we're going to build up a couple of these. It's almost like they have like little toadstools or something. I'm not quite sure what they all are. Stepping stones, but you might not want to ask me anything. Who knows what I'd think they were? Now this is a mushroom. Oh, that feels like a new color, or one I have not seen that often. That's really beautiful. It's like a red orange. I love red orange. I wouldn't normally go to red or orange. I would go to red more. But goodness, you give me a good red orange and I'm there. We're going to build up 2 of these little things. Maybe this is the start of the tree. They're using that really dark brown. And I like that. And there. So if you have it in a bucket with a whole bunch of other colors, especially if black is included in those colors, you cannot pick these out from the black or the dark green, the really dark green. Kind of like a lost cause. Gonna get some height going on here quickly. Just one there, and then let's see. Now this one, they're gonna have us put a sticker on. Gonna find number 26. We obviously are building something tree-ish. Looky there. We just put some wood grain on there. Make sure they should line up here. I didn't know if it was at the same level of these or if it was one ahead of them, but they need to be able to attach those to it. So we're definitely on the same row there. Thing I have noticed about the fringe sets is the instructions. You don't have a whole lot of pieces per page. I think the Star Wars sets, especially like more of the collecting, type style, they put so many steps per stage and, I'm sorry, so many bricks per step or stage. That didn't make any sense. Focusing on that not fitting in there right. There we go. We're going to build our first piece of furniture. This will be fun. It kind of, I think it's the first aid kit. Or first aid station, maybe. Very important. So you have this little symbol here. It looks very doctor-like. Okay, that goes into the drawer. I thought it slid in and then just dropped in the drawer, and I was like, oh, right. There's a drawer there. This is going to go underneath here. Oh. Tried to pop my mushroom up over there. Now let's see, we're supposed to take this and we're supposed to put it has a little rope on it and it has one of the bugs. I'm guessing that this is the book that tells us all about those things. Instruction book, and we need sticker 17. On the front, it has an A, I'm guessing for adventure. Put that on there. That gets to go up here on the top. Now, this is an interesting way to do a ladder. I can't say that I've seen it done like this before. We are going to stack these up. I'm going to use 5 of the special modified 1x2 bricks. 6 of these other flat looking ones. Let me see, did I get them all in? I did. That's a really cool ladder, isn't it? All right, we're going to put that right there. Oh, that's fun. See what I tell you? This thing is going to be just full of fun little things. It must be really fun for the designers to be able to build these kind of sets versus so many of the others that they're just really a step above anything else with their unbelievable kind of talent. Now, let me see. Okay, it does go there. I was trying to do it wrong. Their design work has been just incredible with so many of the sets lately, but I can imagine that it would be really difficult to be able to create those kind of designs. So sets like this must just be a lot of fun for them, because that's exactly what they get to be, just a lot of fun. Now make sure you're putting these in the right angle, because I've kind of got one coming in like that and one coming in like that. Wait a minute, I'm gonna put this on first. And the little gray pin. I'll bet you it's a signpost. Oh, that's what that little brown piece was for. I'm like, that doesn't look like a plant. Put this across the top and we'll secure that one little thing we just put in. Yep, it's a signpost. What a neat way of doing it, because look at this. We're going to put these on first before we put the stickers on, and then you're going to put an arrow. That's genius. And this arrow goes this way. But let's see about the stickers. We need number 5 with the orange. Oh, I can't find 5. Where's 5? Here we go. That's to the canoe, so that must go towards the water. And number 10 goes to the campfire. Do you remember the Parent Trap movie? I used to think that it would be so much fun to have gone to that camp. So we've got our signs pointed in the right direction. At least we hope we have them pointed in the right direction. Nope. This one's a short little mushroom. He just gets a little round plate. The beautiful orange color gets the taller. Base there. There's a little bitty mushroom and a little bitty piece of rock. And one more thing to do with this bag. Oh, you're not going to believe this. I think it's a cattail plant. Oh, okay. That's genius. How beautiful. All right, we're on to bag 4. There are 11 bags total in this set, which is a very good number. I feel like I'm turning the page a whole lot because it's like, put 2 bricks in, turn the page. Put another 2 bricks in, turn the page. Maybe it'll have me mess up less though. Although I still already didn't mess up that one part. Oh, look at this. It's a squirrel. Come across our next, oh, he's winking. Our next little animal. Put him over here. Oh, that's crooked. That's not going to work at all. I like the use of this bright yellow. It's a nice color because it doesn't, it's not like too overpowering. Oh, I love these leaves. I need a light green. There we go. I put a dark green leaf over here, but now they want a light green leaf to go on top of it. I seem to be missing the little, here we go. It's a little 1x1 brick that was hiding from me. Well, this bag has me a little bit more stumped with finding its pieces. I'm looking for something that I cannot seem to spy with my little eye. Oh, there he is. Kind of tucked away in the back there. It goes, well, wait a minute. Yeah, it goes on top of this. That modified brick under there. I'm guessing that this is just like the play headquarters because it's not the cabins. So it's probably more so the activity center. Oh, wait, no. You don't want the little grooves in that one. Just the plain old regular brick. This is going to be fun. We get to put in, I think that it's a little squirrel's window or nest little area. I love all of the different browns and oranges that they're using. I think that they are really stunning looking together. Put this little thing into this is like a brown candle. And then we need our little squirrel to sit in here. It's like a little window, but the squirrel has taken it over. The packs are going pretty quickly. I never quite know. All right, we're going to turn this around and we're going to build back into here. And I'm not sure exactly what we're building because it looks like a tiny little bed. It would be way too small for one of the mini dolls. I think it's the squirrel. No, I think this is the squirrel's bedroom, which is, that's pretty much made my entire day. He's got a teddy bear. It's got acorns, on his bedspread, and it's going to go down here. And then he has a picture of another little squirrel friend, or maybe just it's squirrel art. I'm not going to get over this for the rest of the day. His little piece of art in his little bed. No, we are not done yet. We're going to give him a little plate with an acorn. It's on this little tile. So now he can have dinner. And then we'll close up his little home. Oh my. See what I tell you? These friend sets have become probably one of the most enjoyable builds that I do, just because they just always give me a really big smile. And we need to smile in this life. I'm going to put that little ladder looking thing over here. Nice little purple ladder. Turn this around a little bit so we can work on this side. My whole entire family is going to get pictures and hear about this squirrel's home. Way too much fun. So adorable. I think we should give a round of applause to the designers for putting that in. Wonderful decision. It's nice how they're making everything really secure. All these kind of pieces that we're building up. This bright yellow one's going to go back in here. Kind of all over the place. I'm trying to pay attention. Okay. We are getting tall, aren't we? Very nice. Okay, I'm going to put these two up here. There's a lot of just little things going on instead of just focusing on, you know, sort of structure or something. I'm afraid that one goes right here on the edge. I put it in between 4 studs, but I think it goes on a stud. Let me see. Yeah. That wouldn't have made sense. Now it makes sense. Let's see. They're making a whole safe railing around here. Nobody will fall off. Ever since I watched Swiss Family Robinson as a kid, I have always wanted to live in a tree house. I think that would be my dream. To live in the treehouse. Gonna put it looks like we're gonna put a little tree over here. Let's see here. Looks like they put this smaller cylinder type piece and then a longer one there. Put a little twig in and put that right there. The only thing is it doesn't look like it's at the same level as that, but we'll worry about that later because it kind of looks like it's supposed to be that way. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, because this is a different height than this over here, which is what we're connecting it to, but then that gets everything on top up to the same level. Oh, this is fun. We're going to make a radio. Sticker 13, a boom box. You know, those of us from our childhoods that were a bit longer ago, shall I say, a few years ago, remember carrying our boom boxes around. The current generation, maybe not so much. So this is fun that that's in there. I guess they still have something similar, but different now. All right, on to bag 5. With this bag, they say we need this long rubber tube and this much more flexible brown one. Now, I spied right away that something else we have in this bag are little bees. And let me tell you about how much I love bees. It all started a few years ago when I put a plant out in my garden. Let me see if I can find this piece. It's called a blanket flower, and they're lovely flowers. I really love them. They like rough conditions. They don't mind if it's drought, and they do a good job just kind of surviving, which is kind of nice because so many flowers can be a little bit finicky. So I put these flowers in, and they immediately just took off, did really well. And I started to notice that the bees really liked them. It's like, okay, that's wonderful. Didn't pay too much attention until I went out one day and I was fixing up all the flowers, you know, doing trimming and stuff. And let's push this to the side, because it looks like we're going to build something kind of independent that's going to sit up here. So it's going to get even taller. So now we're really gaining some height. I went outside and there was this bee, and he was just laying on the flower. It really shook me up because I was like, did he die on the flower? Did he come to the flower to die? It really upset me. And I was like, do I just leave him on the flower? Do I bury him? I can get a little sensitive, and I was really bothered by it. And as I'm sitting there trying to figure out what in the world to do, the bee gets up and flies off. And I'm like, what in the world just happened? The thing is that I stood there stressing about this for probably 15 or 20 minutes. Which is kind of a long time to be stressing about a bee. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot something in here. They were supposed to have bees on it first. But I was really worried about him. I think he was moving a little bit, so I think that I thought he was like in the process of dying, which has made me really upset, and that's why I was staying with him. Then he just got up and flew away, like everything was completely fine. And I kind of flew over to another flower, and I followed him thinking, well, is he okay? It happened a couple different times, and I got really suspicious about what in the world was going on. So I went and did some research. And did you know that bees take naps? I did not know that bees took naps. And I was I don't know, it touched my heart. There's sweet little bees out there run out of energy, and they have to take a little nap. And that was it. I fell in love with bees. My garden, my flower garden, is called the Napping Bee now. I've named it, and I am very strict on making sure we protect them, and that they have, you know, a lot of flowers out there. I tend to them. I was out there. I think this was last year, actually. Yeah, I was out and. Wait a minute, I think I forgot something. I did. I caught it. Thank goodness. I need to put some 1x1 bricks up here. I was out early in the morning and I was deadheading the flowers, the blanket flowers actually, and I bent down to grab a flower where there was a bee that was kind of tucked away napping underneath of it. And I grabbed him. I didn't know he was there. And he stung me. I mean, it's understandable. Oh, it hurt so bad because I had gloves on. He stung right through the gloves, but then he kind of got stuck. And I was trying to get him, and he was just stinging me through it. And I'm trying to get him off, and it's hurting so bad, but I don't want to hurt him. So I'm like trying to brush him off real gently. And Matt was out there, and he's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? He's like, just smack him. And I'm like, no, you can't. We can't kill him. I got him off, and then rushed in the house to get my finger under some cold water because it hurt so bad because he'd had his stinger in there for a while. And my daughter came in. She's like, what in the world's going on? And the bee had kind of landed. This is a very interesting piece right here. He kind of landed on the ground. I think he was dazed because I kind of finally brushed him off. And I'm like, go outside and see if the bee's okay. Go see if the bee's okay. And she's like, what happened to you? I'm like, don't worry about it. Check the bee. She goes out there and my husband's like, yeah, the bee's fine. He's like, well, how's your mother? She's like, I don't know. She's freaking out about the bee. The bee was fine. He was a little dazed. He flew off. Everybody was good because he wasn't one of the bees that if they sting, then they die right away. Can't remember exactly which one he was, but I actually ended up having to go to the doctor's. I think it was the next day. My hand swelled up really bad. I'm not actually allergic to bees, but I guess it was enough trauma that it's bruised. I mean, it was just kind of bad. And she was asking, it was my rheumatologist, and she's like, do you have any swelling anywhere? And she checked my hand. She's like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's from a bee. But I saved the bee. But I do love bees. Wally recently, there was some carpenter bees in the back, and he actually got to one of them. He was playing with it, and I'm out there. The neighbors probably thought I was just crazy because I'm like, no, don't hurt the bee. Let the bee go. And I'm like yelling at him, and he let the bee go, and it was a little wet, but it wasn't hurt. So I'm like, leave it alone. He flew off too, and his wings dried up a bit, and I wouldn't let Wally get to him anymore. Okay, we're going to need to put this up on top of here, but I'm going to have to change my camera angle because we're going to get really tall. All right, this is going to go right up on top of here. It does hang over one, it looks like. Oh, pop the helmet off in there. Oh, no. Oh, this is like I've never done it. I'm scared of heights. The rappel line thing? That's a good way to describe it. The rappel line thing. Comment below if you know exactly what this is. And educate me a little bit. Oh, those are always hard to fit in if you get it in the wrong angle right off the bat. This is the roof. It's a bright yellow roof. How lovely is that? And we need to spin it around. Yeah, because they probably open it up when they're going to send you down. Scared of heights. My dream is always to parachute. Doesn't make any sense, does it? I have not parachuted. But if an opportunity came up, I still might consider it. Now, where do you go? Okay, he goes right above the squirrel in that little rod that we put in there. Isn't that cool? We're going to put another one. Okay, where are you? Oh, up here. Looks like we just gave the treehouse a horn. Build up some more leaves. Wait, I think it goes into this one. Oh, oh. And this, no, it goes on the end here. Had it spun right, thought it was wrong. Spun it back around. Okay, we're gonna do this again. I was just trying to figure out exactly how the position they had it aimed in. There's little twigs down in it. And it goes back here. The back one. Putting those little twigs in it actually makes it to where it really stays tightly on these big kind of tree branches that they have, because if you've ever worked with them before, a lot of things pop off of them really easy. I don't know why, it's just they do. So that kind of helps it. Oh, that's really cool, isn't it? Pulled my cattail off. I'm going to put in a flag. You're gonna have to have a sticker. It's like a pennant flag. Sending yourself down one of these would kind of be almost as terrifying as doing bungee jumping. Oh, it's right out of the picture, but he's up there. Now, I'm not sure what we're building. It's like, has a little wood piece on the top of it. This is very interesting. Not sure what they're doing here. They're attaching the brown little tubing thing onto it. Oh, it's like a log swing. You would probably have to stand on it or straddle it. How much fun is that? Look at that. I want to play at this place. I think I'd like to go here to visit. We're going to put 2 of these. Oh, I bent that in a bad way. I don't want to get a crease in it. Be careful when you're putting those on. Yeah, it's going to go in here, and then it just says, I'm sure we'll connect to something later on. Oh, it connects to the thing we've already built. But first, we're going to make a handle, I think. I don't think I trust this handle. It's got a skeleton arm on it. No, thank you. I'm not trusting my life to an old bone. All right, they have it. Let me see if I can get this positioned right. I can move the canoe out of the way. So they're attaching it to this spot back here. Oops. So you start up here and you send yourself down. Okay. Well, you know we're going to have to try it. We'll get our little camp counselor here. Safety first, we're going to give him a helmet. Give me your helmet. That was one difficult helmet. Okay. So I guess you open up the gate and you grab on. This is interesting. How in the world are they supposed to hold on to this thing? Their hands. There we go. Oh, they're just going to go head first. Okay, are we ready for this? All right. Cowabunga. Oh, that's pretty good. He really kind of flies. I'll do it again. I think my hand was in the way. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay. We will move on to the next book, actually, with bag 6. We're going to start off at bag 6 with making Ollie. And this is very interesting because this is the first time I've ever seen a mini doll come with 2 faces. Because, because of the way their chins come down, they can't actually just flip it like you do the other minifigs to have a face on the other side. So he's got a smiling face, or he has a look of, I would say, concern. And so you can switch his head out to kind of get whatever feeling you want him to have. So that's pretty cool. Oh, I like his little beanie. Very nice. We'll put him over there. Actually, he gets some accessories, doesn't he? He gets a camera we'll set beside him. Our other mini dolls just kind of disappeared there. I was pushing him around. She still has her oars. He also has a water bottle. Very nice. The other guy had a water bottle too. Come with a lot of nice accessories. All right. I think we're building up the next building structure. It looks like they're all going to kind of snap into each other instead of being one huge thing. Which will be nice to carry it around because unless it's got a really big base to it, it would be pretty easy for it to break apart if you were trying to kind of move it around. Well, do I have that right? I do have that right. They confused me telling me to turn it, and I'm like, well, which way am I supposed to turn it to? I have the gray with holes on this side, and that appears to be correct, so we should be good. This is funny, we built up this whole base plate, and we're going to put 1 acorn down here. It's going to go straight into a tree. Took the dogs outside a minute ago and saw a gorgeous butterfly that I hadn't ever seen before. He was all orange and these beautiful markings on him. Now, where in the world? Oh, there you are. Kind of hiding away there. And I had to come in and look him up. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his name. He was a great spangled fritillary. It's just kind of a funny word, but he was absolutely gorgeous. Really enjoyed being able to see him out there. Now, wait a minute. Before we put anything else in, we're going to put these 2 little tiles down, including a ladybug. Goes down there. And then we're going to put these 2 kind of curved pieces in. I don't know. Yeah, okay, so I was pulling up this piece, but it's not. It's this piece with the curve in it that they're wanting us to put in. I'll kind of stack those up on both sides. I've never seen the butterflies take to this, the butterfly bush as much as I have this year. I don't know if maybe they hadn't found it last year. We're going to put a sticker on this one. Let's see, number 28. Put some more wood green on. They just kind of have it sitting in there like that. I'm actually going to put another one on and put 27 on that. They have it turned this way. There we go. This tree looks a little bit wider than that tree over there. I'm guessing it's more like, instead of one tree, we're building up more like a little forest area that it's all built off of. Ooh, another mushroom. A little mushroom. The pink ones are little, and the orange ones are bigger. I'm not entirely sure what this is. A very flat fungi. Goes in front of him, I think. Yeah. Well, this is fun. It's like a little bench to sit on, I'm guessing. Kind of round. Oh no. It's supposed to go over one. There we go. Because it's got 3 studs left there. Open. Oh, how fun. It's a board game that they're playing. I love board games. I actually just picked up another Monopoly. I'm going to turn this around. Actually, we're going to work in here. It's so funny how many different kinds of styles that they make of certain games, like how many Monopolies have been made, how many Risk versions have been made. But I actually really like, oh goodness, more stickers. Let's see, we need 24 and 25. I think we're making little stump seats. I kind of actually like, we have, sorry, got my thought off there. I like having different versions of certain games, Monopoly being one of them. I think it's just kind of fun to actually collect different locations, and I have a Disney one that I really love. But I just picked up a Lord of the Rings version. And you know, I'm a happy girl. I haven't yet played it. I'm waiting on somebody to play it with me. I was looking for a brown, not that dark orange. So I'm hoping in the next day or two I can wrangle one of the family members to play it with me. Monopoly's a long game. So you kind of have to have a slot of time in order to be able to play it. And that can be difficult for everybody to open up a slot like that. Wait, it goes on the inside like that. Kind of goes there and seals it up. Push this down and then on the table. It's likely to snap something off there. Do you guys have any favorite games? Let me know what they are. I love to try new games out. Let's see here. Make sure I'm putting this on right. It looks like it's going. Why is this not wanting to go down? It's got a whole bunch of. Oh no. I forgot something. It wasn't going on there anyways. These are supposed to go here. Let's see if it'll go on there a little bit easier now. Now, don't be difficult. See, getting everything lined up is like, I don't know why that's, there we go. We just built up a little platform right up there. That's a cute trunk down there. All right, bag 7. Bag 7 is a big old bag. And we're going to start off making another person. And her name is, goodness me, Jamila? I really struggle with names. If I can hear them being said first, then I usually can catch on. But it's a beautiful name. I'm just not sure exactly how it's pronounced. She gets a purple water bottle. My family, my mom and dad named all of us with J names, which was kind of fun, but we did kind of, other kids would use it as a tool for kind of making fun of us because we were all named with J names. My name's Janelle. I thought about doing it with my kids, carrying the tradition on, but we decided not to. Not because I have a problem with it in any way. It would have been fun, but some of the names we actually ended up liking didn't fit with J, and so we had to break tradition. Let's see here. I'm going to put these little pieces down first and then put this smooth little orange piece on. This is interesting, this chest topper. I haven't seen a two-toned one, and that lid is interestingly new to me. Carrot, cherries, orange slice. Why would you keep fruit in a chest? Orange slice, and I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. Ice. Oh my goodness. It's like an igloo, like an ice chest. I was thinking it was a treasure chest. Why would you keep fruit in a treasure chest? It's going to spoil. What are these little blue things? Ice cubes, darling. Use your brain. Oh. There really is never a dull moment living with me, I'm telling you. Makes life fun and interesting, though. You can't figure something out, and then, the light bulb goes off, and then you're like, oh! Of course, you don't always feel like you're the brightest tool in the shed, but like I said, it makes it fun nonetheless. Now we're going to use, let me see if I can find the piece first. We're going to put another little stump piece, but I need that little round tile, and I'm only seeing them with little bumps on the top. Oh, there you are. We'll put it down and then we'll put the sticker on. We're cruising through our stickers. This has a little compass on it. I took lessons on how to use a compass, but I cannot say that I feel confident that I figured it out. It always confused me. Like the north-south, yeah, I can do the direction, but then like the way they would use it on the topographical maps to figure out exactly where they were, I don't know. There was a couple parts of it that was just like, it was a good bit confusing. As we were hiking out in the wilderness in Colorado, I was always like, I'm going to get lost. Thankfully, I did not ever get lost. I need this piece. going to make a little holder for some walkie-talkies or radios. Man, as a kid, I always loved walkie-talkies. My sister and I got some, I think, for Christmas one time. They worked. You couldn't get very far away from each other, but they worked enough for us to do our spying, and we used to like to play that we were, on secret missions. One house we lived in had this tree. It was some sort of, I don't know what it was. It was like a pine tree, but it kind of was more like a bush in a way. That's really cool, isn't it? And you could climb up in it, and it was right next to the door of the house. But when you climb kind of up in it, it had lots of places to kind of hang out in. But anybody coming through the front door or to the front door really couldn't see you because of the branches. So whenever Mom and Dad would have company over, we would hide in there. We'd have our little walkie-talkies, and one of us would be up there, one of us would be somewhere else, and then we'd pretend that I guess we were keeping the house safe. I'm not sure what we were doing. We were having fun. Did you miss those days? I think that goes in like that. It's all fitting correctly. Is this the bigger one or the small square? It's the bigger one. That goes there. Oh, this is fun. We're going to build up a little rock climbing wall. I can't remember if it was at the last Summer Olympics or the one before that when they introduced the speed rock climbing, where they like speed up the wall. I am just absolutely mesmerized when I watch that. I really enjoy actually watching that. That is just crazy. I'm just amazed by how quickly they're able to fly up those things. That would be fun to do. I wouldn't be able to do it, but that would be a lot of fun to do. Actually, my family wouldn't let me get anywhere near a rock wall. We get to put another sticker in. A few years ago, due to a bad reaction to influenza, I actually lost my ability to walk. And I had to teach myself how to walk again. But because of the area that it actually damaged in my brain, I was able to teach myself how to walk, but it was by, I had to kind of, how do you put it? I had to rewire my brain. This is fun. It's a sleeping bag. Because the normal pathways that your brain would use to tell your legs how to move was damaged in a way that it wasn't able to be repaired. Do another sticker. And so I had to convince my brain that it needed to work around that. And the amazing thing is that your brain is also capable of doing that. But, I forgot this piece. But sometimes if my brain gets tired, either I've done too much, or it's just been a hard day, my brain will decide to forget the new pathway, and it'll revert back to not being able to walk again. That was hiding. And I will lose my ability to walk for, a few hours or overnight until I can kind of rest my brain a little bit. It's rather terrifying, isn't it? That your brain can do that. So, my family is extremely protective because they never know when that could happen. So I wouldn't be allowed to get near a rock climbing wall because they wouldn't let me get anywhere near that kind of... Now, that goes up there, but why? Oh, no, that's right. A dangerous situation where I could all of a sudden not be able to move. So I just get to enjoy watching it. And I am going to definitely make sure to watch it on the Olympics coming up. Just a few days now. I'm so excited. We just put a little branch in there. And another sticker. Oh, this is funny. This sticker has little ants. They're stealing the apple core. They're so polite. They're not stealing the actual apple, just the apple core. What manners. Oh, that went in there crooked. This is really hard because it's got these overhangs. So good luck getting it in there straight. This stacks up. Oh, it's like a bookshelf. Like shelving that we've put in. I need to actually do a little bit of research at where all the venues are in Paris. Because I'm like, they had surfing last time. So are they going out to the beaches to do that? Because I know they didn't build up a whole lot of venues, which I think is really smart. This is fun. This is a lantern. See, it has one of these here. I haven't seen a lantern done with those 3 pieces before. That's really smart. I don't know what this is. But we're going to build 3 of them, and then it looks like we're going to smush them together. I used the word smush on another video. Can't remember which one it was. And one of my daughters was listening to me make the video. And she started laughing at me. And she was like, you don't use the word smush with Legos. They click. I'm like, why can't you use the word smush? She didn't think that that fit. I thought that was pretty funny. Here we go. Here we go. And then we're going to put a platform right up on top of here. Oh, it doesn't want to click down. There's so many, there we go. So many different connection points. It's kind of hard sometimes. Oh, now this is going to be fun. It's like a little log ladder or steps or something. Oh, it's like little steps because you put it in here. You put each of those in there. And then you can rotate it. Look at that. They look a little precarious with them being rounded. You wouldn't want to not have good balance. But this is an adventure camp after all. We would want to make it adventurous. See if I've got them spaced evenly. Very nice. Put a little tree branch in here. Kind of like there. Okay, we're on to bag 8. It says for this bag, we're going to need this little fun netting thing. I saw this in that extra little bag and I got really excited because that just looks like fun. Now, I need to turn it. Oh, it goes up here. Oops. Like that. Next to our kind of scary little stairs. We only have 4 more bags to go, but surprisingly, it has a whole nother book. We're still on book 2. But as I kind of mentioned before, we don't have a whole lot of pieces per step. So that may be the need for the multiple books. I like that orange color there. Oops, no, we need this one. Little railing to keep everybody safe. Now this is fun. It's a little bitty owl. Ooh, oh. Oh, he's slipping all over the place. Look how sweet he is. I love owls. I was out in the backyard this morning and we have our neighbors have some big tall, they're a pine tree of some sort, but they're one of those ones that are used to be like a border. So they have, branches all the way from the bottom up, which is really nice because it kind of closes in our backyard and their backyard. You get a little privacy. But the birds love to hang out in it, and so I've put the bird feeders kind of directly close underneath of them so that they feel safe and they can get back to their home. Okay, this is going to go up here. There's this little bitty guy. I don't even know what he was. I don't know if he was I don't think he was like a sparrow. I'm not sure what he was. He was kind of up high, so it was kind of hard to see. But he was hanging upside down on a branch, and he was just fussing at me. It wasn't as much scolding as he was kind of talking to me, and I was like, is he telling me there's no food? But no, there was plenty of food in the feeders, so I'm not sure what he was. I guess he was just telling me all about it. It's really sweet. Oh, I'm like, what in the world? It's like a telescope. My daughter, who's home from college for this summer, recently was outside doing something, and she came in. She comes up to me and she goes, I put bird feed in the feeders for you. I'm like, oh, thank you. That was very kind. You didn't have to do that. And she goes, well, I think it goes this way. She said, well, there was this little bird out there. They were empty. And there's this little bird out there. And he was just looking at me. And he wouldn't stop looking at me. And I couldn't handle it. So I fed it. Those little birds learn quick, don't they? They know exactly how to get to us. I thought that was really sweet. Now, this is interesting. What are we building here? Oh, I'm suspicious it might be like a slanted roof or something. Well, we gotta put a bee on it. The first set that I actually had these bees in was the Pooh Bear. On his house, yep. It's like a little roof to go over the little beds there. How sweet. Okay, we are going to put in a tree, and we're going to get a little bit extra tall. Let's make it first, and then we'll zoom out and pop it up on there. build a tree in another way. Now, this is interesting. Let's see, we're gonna have to put a couple of the big horns, but then they have one of them have this little smaller horn. I love horns. So much fun. All right, we're going to let's zoom up and then we'll put that on. Okay, we have a little bit of height now. And this goes on, well, let me see. I think it goes on like that. Yep, there we go. It'll push down. Kind of hiding our owl back here. Then we're going to make some branches. They kind of look more like leaves than, yeah, so it would be leaves. I don't know why I was thinking this was a pine. Probably because I was talking about a pine tree a little bit ago. That's going to go up there. Ooh. Okay, that's all he goes in. That would make sense. You can't really push down any farther than that. So they're going to build up 2 of these. Have a nice little branches up here on top. So I might go ahead and do one completely just because they are a little bit tricky to keep up with. Put this little acorn on that leaf instead of going back and forth. It just goes on one there, but let's put this little twig in. That'll hold it down. These are so hard to push into these leaf bases. They had a bunch of those in the tree house. The big one that was made. Oh goodness, now is this the light? Now I can't figure out what color I'm using here. I put this lighter one on. It is so hard to tell from the instruction book because the greens there don't show a huge difference. I think it was supposed to have the darker ones up here and then the lighter one here. So I don't want to do this, but I'm going to take it out and put it down here because this is, I'm like, I have more dark greens than I have light greens. So what have I done wrong? But if you're not really scrutinizing the coloring in the book, they don't give a huge amount of difference in coloring. So it's a little bit unfair, so to speak, because it's very, very difficult to figure out which color you're supposed to be using. So then I think it goes like that. Yeah. That looks correct to me, except for the fact that because this should have this on it. This is the only one that shouldn't have that little extra leaf on top. So guess what? We get to push this down in for the 3rd time. There we go. It's a little bit easier. Okay, so we're going to build another one of those and try to do it right this time. Let's see if we can actually pull it off correctly. Now it's a darker one that goes over here with a twig in it. Oh, see what I tell you? Fussy. And then we'll do another darker one, but it has a branch on it. And a twig. And it goes up here. And then the lighter one. Put that in there. Now we've got our 2 branches ready, and they're going to put them, it looks like they're putting them through the center. Well, there's 3, so the top of that trio there, through the big horn, not the little horn over there. horn or branch. Isn't that really nice? It creates a lovely canopy. Once again, they succeeded amazingly at another tree. So this is funny. They're actually telling us to take this off of this. So they're wanting us to detach that part. And I think they were showing, I kind of peeked ahead when before I opened this bag. I do that sometimes. It's sneaky, I know. This is actually supposed to just be the entrance, and this is actually going to attach here. Let me see if I can get this right. To this structure. And this is actually going to connect to something else here. Like I said, I really cheated, didn't I? Because I was kind of just glancing through. I think because I wanted to figure out where this was going to go. Such a cheater. Most of the time I don't, but sometimes I get very curious. Let's see. That's going to go down there. We're going to be building a big down low here, so I'm actually going to zoom down a little bit for us. I'm not sure where the saying curiosity killed the cat came from, because I never quite understood it. Cats are very curious, but they're also extremely talented on getting themselves out of any situation that they might have gotten themselves into. So I'm not quite sure why they thought a cat couldn't handle if it got curious. I should actually look that up. Matt and I recently have been old, I don't know, sayings that we say all the time, such as that one. Where did that come from? And why is it used? Recently, actually, we had a funny little bet going on. I think it had something to do with, I can't remember what it had to do with. It had to do something with the girls. They were out in town or something, and we were just like, oh, they're probably doing this. And I was like, oh yeah, they're doing this. And Matt's like, no. You know, I think it was like going to a certain store. I don't know. And so I was like, we made a bet. It was a fun bet. And he said that he would get me, I'll get you a Lego set, because he was convinced that he was right. If he was wrong, he'd get a Lego set. And you know what? He was wrong. And later on, I was joking to him, and I was like, I said, you can't welch on your bet. And he said, what does that mean anyways? And so we looked it up, and I don't remember the exact description that it gave, but basically it came from a long time ago, and it had something to do with the Welsh people. And it was actually, it's very derogatory. It was very rude to say, in a way, from what I can understand. And we were like, oh my goodness, you know, kind of assuming that and this was from hundreds of years ago, from what I can understand, but that somehow that they would be more likely to, you know, not follow through with the bargain. And I was like, oh my goodness. And we say that, we not even realizing that what we're saying actually, the kind of the root of it was actually not a very nice thing to say about a certain group of people. And so like, okay, it's good to be educated, because I'm not going to be throwing that around anymore. So it was kind of very interesting. So now we're kind of obsessed with looking things up, like, why do we say that? Or why did that become a thing? And you know what? I'm going to go look it up so we can find out right now about that phrase about the cat. Well, that got complicated and confusing very, very quickly. This one is not an easy one. So it was first, I guess, kind of became a thing with, it was a reference in a playwright by Ben Jonson. I think I'm putting 4 of these on. And he said, care, as in care, will kill a cat. But the word he was using, I guess, meant worry. It wasn't, I don't know. Now, wait a minute, what have I done here? I I think that this rod has to be pushed further in so that it'll actually go into there. There we go. I'm like, I didn't do it wrong. And then this goes into here. This is very interesting. I'm not sure what this spinny thing is. Oh, we get to put in the netting. All right, we've made it. We've had these green prongs. We've built in 4 of them. Isn't that convenient? And they're going to go, I'm going to do the front ones first and then try to reach in here and do the back ones. This is when you realize your hand's too big for certain jobs. And push them down. All right. How much fun is that? I want to jump into that. I'm going to build another tree thing up. So, curiosity in the way that they were using it didn't necessarily mean what curiosity means for us today. We think of something being curious and getting into trouble, but if they meant it as worrying, that would actually make more sense, because worrying wears you down. So that is interesting. Worrying killed the cat would be a better way of saying it, which, you know, we're not supposed to worry and fret, so that is very interesting, isn't it? This is a funny looking branch. I love it. So I think we should be looking up these sayings more often. I will say so many of them, and my girls will be like, what in the world? Where did that come from? And I'm like, oh, my grandma used to say it. Kind of things that were passed down. Oh. Okay, we're going to need to spin them around. Fun, fun. It's like a branch that connects them. Like that. But I'll bet you can walk along it. Ooh, be a little scary, wouldn't it now? All right, on to bag 9. We're going to start out by putting together our good friend Leo. I think Leo might have 2 faces too. Those are fun. I like this one the best. He's looking a little startled. Oh, we have another friend in here too. We have a little green frog. I love frogs. I'm gonna have to be honest with you and a little bit, what's the word? Oh, let's see, wait, he gets to have a little book. And we need to put a sticker on it. Maybe a little bit crude would probably be the right word. When I was building the Lion's Night Castle, I built the base of it. It was this little brown frog sitting underneath on the base, and you built up this huge, building structure on the side of the castle. Come here, Leo, here's your book. We get a basket too. These baskets are almost impossible to get on their hands without causing a ruckus. Oh, he cooperated very nicely. I have problems with those baskets. So I built up this whole wall, inside structure, very complicated. And when I got near the top, you have this little window, and it was all so sweet and everything. And it was almost like, and then below the window, they had this little, hole in the wall, the brick wall. When you built on the inside, you built a toilet, basically, which I know this in great detail because my mother, who was my teacher, because I was homeschooled, had us do a very, in-depth unit study into castles and the medieval time period and just all of that. I mean, it was no joke. We did some serious work into that. We actually, we had a whole entire feast, and we dressed up. We played the part. We had to create props, and my mother was a lot of fun to do school with because she made it come alive. We had tournaments, you know, we got to be knights. It wasn't as much fun in high school because then you just had to really put in the work, but that's okay. But, you know, oh man, the years before that were just so much fun. Anyway, so I knew about the inner workings of a castle in great detail. And I'm like, oh my goodness, they made the toilet very, very accurately, you know, because they just had a huge shaft where everything went down. And I'm building it up and I'm like, okay. And then I realized that, and I didn't put him, I put him where they told me to put this frog. Now, this is very interesting. What have we done to make it where this is not wanting to line up? Oh, figured it out. I put these in wrong. That one completely threw me for a loop. Ah, move over. Man, you get one thing placed wrong. Now it'll work. That cannot be right up next to this curved piece. They do not fit snugly together. I put this frog exactly where I was supposed to according to the directions. And then when I built up the rest of it, I turned it around to look, and the brown frog is directly sitting underneath where everything would have come out of the toilet and gone down. And I was like, oh my gosh, did they really do that? Now, I'm not sure that the designers meant for it to be where my brain went with it, but it just kind of was too easy to think, yep, that's where that went. I was thinking, well, he's a nice green frog, not a brown frog. I do apologize. Now, something else feels wrong to me. Why is this? There shouldn't be a gap here. There is a gap there. You can see the gap on step 18, and then when they put these in, I guess it just goes like that. Even though there's a hole in them, this just fits into there. I guess they were, I don't know, saving a little space. Ah. I didn't like to be held up. All right, we're going to put on sticker 12. There's a little roly-poly on it. He's kind of climbing up this little sand bank. Roly-polies are the only bugs that I can actually come across if there's like a mass of them, which they have a tendency to like to stick together, that do not freak me out. If I see a bug, I don't usually get too freaked out. If I see a ton of the same bug, nope, can't do it. Completely freaks me out. But roly-polies I don't have as much of a problem with. Let's see, we need sticker 19. Got some leaves and little caterpillars, it looks like. Putting some of the little wildlife down. My daughter right now is out enjoying the mountains. She is also a biology major. So far, I have got a picture of a dead rattlesnake. She didn't kill it, she came across it. And a picture of a dead, I don't know if it was like a crawfish, I'm not sure what it was. Uh-oh. Oh no, I messed up. This is not my day, is it? I'm going to move this one forward and put this little 1x2 plate back in there, and then we'll put this on. Put these back on. It was a dead crawfish or something. Like, why am I getting pictures of these? She's like, it's so cool. How is that cool? To study it. Yeah, nope, not cool. And I made the worst mistake. When she sent me the picture of the snake, I couldn't figure out what it was that she sent me because it was, really blending in with, I think some buzzards had been kind of getting to it too. But I couldn't figure out what it was, so I kind of pinch and zoom in on my phone, I'm just like, what in the world is she trying to show me? And then when I'm really close in on this thing, I see this head and the rest of the body, the ribs, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, why am I looking at this? I got nauseous, and I was just like, really? That's what you get for having a biology major for a daughter. I'm like, send them to your brother and not me. All right, bag 10. I like this little piece so far. It's got a little slide, and it's a lot of fun. Sure we get those placed right, because that's going to be very important, I'm sure, if we're building up a structure on top of it. I think this paneling, the part with the indent, goes forward like this. Yeah, it does, because when you turn it around here, you can tell it doesn't have it. If you can get these base pieces in the right spot, then you don't mess up. That's where I seem to struggle a little bit more. Oh, he's in here. It's a hedgehog. Ah! Just look at him. It's so cute. Oh, he has sunflower seeds. Oh, I can feed him some seeds there. Isn't that adorable? It's his little home. We made him a little home too. How kind of us. I love animals. I think they're such a blessing to be able to have around us. Although sometimes, let's see if we're going to turn it back around. My crew here can just wear me out to no end. Now, why don't you go in? There you go. No! Sometimes I can't figure out what I do wrong putting pieces in. There we go. I was not having a good morning. I was so exhausted. I woke up pretty uncomfortable, and these go up here. Wally would not go outside and use the restroom. I kept taking him out, and he's been a really hard puppy to train. He thinks a little slower, and so we're still working on it, and I get so discouraged. And I'm like, how is he not potty trained completely yet? And he is, but it's just like he'll be like, oh, I have to go. And if I hadn't pre-thought of it and have him out there before, he'll like maybe go towards the back door. But if I'm not like looking at him and paying attention, then he's like, oh, she's busy, I'll just go right here. It's like he doesn't think I need to alert you more. He's been a challenge, but I did some research and it's like, okay, he just turned a year old. Some puppies take time, so I'm not going to panic. It sounds like that can be somewhat normal. But he was having a day he would just not go to the bathroom outside and was really struggling. And we came to realize, because it kept getting worse and worse each day that went on, he was fussy because the grass was too tall. Matt hadn't gotten around to mowing it just yet, and he didn't want to go outside in the tall grass. He's such a, I'm not sure what you would call him. The grass has to be cut short. He wants to just sit and smell the flowers. He's a funny boy. It's like, think preppy show dog. Oh, that went on nicely. That's exciting. All right, we're going to put the big map right there. I love that. I love that they have a map. Oh, look, and it's the different... Do you get the cabins? You have the cabins there. You have the archery. And then you've got what we're building here, the big tree house. And then you've got the water sports down here. See, now I'm going to have to get the water sports because I'm missing part of my map. Oh, my goodness. You know what? I might just take off for the Lego store today. I mean, why not? So I was having a rough day. He wouldn't use the restroom. So I'm taking him in and out, because if we, the more accidents we have, if we have a couple bad days, and even if he just has an accident once in the house, then his brain's like, oh, this is okay. And so we cannot let him have an accident, like, at all. So it's like constantly in and out and in and out. And to make sure that that doesn't happen. And I was so exhausted. Then my very senior cat, he's getting quite up there in age, decided that his stomach didn't feel good that day, so he's throwing up all over the house. He has those days, and I think it might have something to do with his thyroid being off. He's on his medicine twice a day, faithfully, but sometimes he just has a bad day every once in a while. So I've got that going on, and the puppy, and it was like, I love animals, but they can be a challenge. Wait, okay, fine, we'll move the whole square piece. That to go there. This is interesting. Oh, how much fun is that? It's like a rock. Then you can lift the rock up and find all the little critters underneath. Oh, I love that. Okay, bag 11. Good size bag. We also need our longer yellow slide and this other base plate here, and we're going to start actually working with that right away. This is our last bag. I don't know if I'm excited that we're this close to the end of the project or disappointed. I keep finding more stuff that I just fall in love with. I don't think that there is a Lego set that you could give me that I wouldn't actually enjoy having built. I really love building them, and I really appreciate it, because there was so many times in my life where going and picking up a new set just wasn't financially feasible. I was growing up, and through all the years of us raising our kids, the funds went into the family. And so now that, things are a little bit different, I haven't forgotten what it was like to wish that I could go pick up a set, but, know that just wasn't feasible. So I just love being able to, and I feel privileged and honored to have each one that I'm able to build. But that being said, these new friend sets that they're coming out with, I have the most fun with. They are just such an enjoyment to build. I get very excited when I get to build them. They're just like, I guess the little girl in me comes completely out. Oh, what's in here? Oh, it's lightning bugs. They've made a little jar of lightning bugs. Okay, this like brings me back to my childhood 100%. Oh. All right, so in Colorado, they don't have lightning bugs, or at least not up high where we lived. I'm looking for the magnifying glass. Oh, and we're going to put a little beetle in there. How fun. I'm going to look at the beetle through the magnifying glass. Oh my gosh, it actually magnifies it. Look at that. So let me take it off. You can see it, and then you might be able to see that that it's actually magnified. So we didn't get to enjoy lightning bugs, on a summer's. Okay, where in the world does this go? Oh, it goes up in here, in between the arch. But we would go visit my grandparents in Kansas and Arkansas in the summers, and they would have lightning bugs. And so my grandma or my grandpa, they'd give us a jar, and we'd poke holes in the top and everything so the bugs could breathe, and And then we would go outside and we'd catch the lightning bugs and we'd put it in the jar and we'd have our glowing. Now where we live here in the South, we have lightning bugs all over the backyard, and you will find me out catching lightning bugs all summer long. Or just go, I don't catch them as much nowadays, as I just like to go stand out in the backyard in the middle of them and just enjoy watching them light up. It was just such a treasured memory to be able to they're unbelievable how they just kind of light up. They're really sweet. I think I've got this facing the right way. Yes, I do. I don't think I've talked to anybody that's lived a few years and heard any story that doesn't really show that life is tough. It can be rough and hard, and my own journey for many, many, many years, actually starting since I was 16, has been full of a lot of health problems that are definitely not improving. And I have learned to treasure. Okay, we're going to put it on here in this overhang. I'm going to line it up with that. Oh, are you going on? He's on right, but he doesn't. Kind of hard to push down everywhere. Okay, I think he's on right. I've learned to appreciate any joy that you can. That's how you kind of have to survive when you live with chronic pain. You find the joy. It's not always easy to find, but it's there. Sometimes going back to childhood memories becomes one of the greatest joys and blessings. Oh, it came right off. That you can. I'm trying to figure out if it goes up. Oh, it does. Oh, that's nice. The way it kind of pops up and over. So, thank you, Lego, for making these very special sets that just add joy to one's life. Let us be a kid again for a little bit. Turn that this way. Why do I do that every time? Don't push down too hard. I like that roof. I like the color. Oh, we're just making, I thought we were making two slides. We're just extending it so it's one big slide. Now, I have it here, But now that doesn't line up. Sometimes the things that are the simplest confuse me the most. So I was putting it on this first row here, and we had a gap. If you use your brain at all, you would know. You push it in one more, and they connect in both spots. Wow. Need to put this little teal part, smooth tile down there. That's pretty good. There's my brilliant move for the day. All right, let's turn that around here. And we're going to hook these little guys on it. And then we get to put stickers on each one of them. How fun. But there are, nope, they're not our last stickers. We have a flag. One more flag and then we'll be done. So they put yellow on the bottom. Because it doesn't matter because you could change it around, but teal on the top. We started watching the practice sessions for the men's gymnastics in Paris. They're actually airing on Peacock. They're airing the practice sessions of some things, and I was all into that. What is this? It's just kind of, oh, it goes like this. Interesting. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Anybody know what that is? And we're sitting there watching them. Here we get to make the flag. And Matt was like, I don't really care for that color. Like, what color? He's like, the color that's all over the venue. It's this color, exactly. It's this teal color. And I was like, you don't like the teal color? He goes, it doesn't feel very Olympic to me. Okay. He's like, shouldn't it have been one of the colors from the rings? You know, the Olympic rings? I was like, he doesn't care for it. And then we got, the practice got to the parallel bars. And, okay, this is going to go up here. There we go. And there was, I guess, padding to protect part of the, probably like the screws or something. It had pink. So then you have this teal, and then you have pink that's kind of like on this mushroom that was on it. I'm sorry. I should not be making fun of France's choices there to choose those colors, but it was kind of an interesting color combination, and I was like, really? Pink on the parallel bars? Because only the guys use the parallel bars. I can understand if it was like on the vault or even the floor or something. I was like, but there's a lot of guys that like pink, so that is okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got all 4 on there, and then this goes on top. But I don't think Matt likes teal or pink. So it was kind of funny. Which I don't completely get, because pink is just a version of red. Here we go. I'm gonna build another tree. But it was a bit of an interesting color combination. They go good together. And one more. Who was it recently? It was some sort of movie star that actually wore a pink suit to one of the like award shows. It was actually looked really good. Now that's a cool tree. It has the larger ferns and then the smaller size of them. I love it. I'm gonna have to go figure out which actor it was that did that. I remember growing up as a young girl, I loved blue, was my favorite. But back then, girls were supposed to like pink and boys were supposed to like blue, and I would get so frustrated. I was like, why do I have to like pink? I don't like pink. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. We are getting close to being done, but they want us to go ahead and attach this to this. Let's see if we can do it. And make sure that it's lined up right back here, probably. They won't go in. One of them is being difficult. There we go. Okay. Wow, it's really good sized. But we have another little something to make. We have a fire pit. My dear sweet grandmother that I miss dearly and love so, so much. Every single birthday and Christmas, she would send us an outfit, which I am so grateful for. And every single birthday and Christmas until I was in my teens and it kind of slipped out. I think one of my family members let it slip that I didn't like pink. It was pink. The entire outfit was pink. Twice a year. My sister, who loved pink, never got pink. She got other colors, and I got the pink. And I wore them. I wore them proudly because my grandma gave them to me. Okay, now we're gonna hook this back up. Let me zoom up a bit. So we can really get a feel for putting this zip line in. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's complete. And there you go. We have the whole set built. It was so much fun. I'm gonna have to pop that off and put this little guy back on there. I forgot to put that on when I hooked him on, but we have all of our little people, and I had so much fun building with you, and I'm really glad that we were able to do this set. So I hope you have a fabulous day. Remember to have some fun out there and laugh, and I will see you again soon.